Hey everybody, Brooks from Drag Times here. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, another plug for the new merch I got. This is the Drag Times USA edition on the front with Toyo tire design here. On the back you can see the flag kind of treading down here. Pretty cool design. I was getting a lot of flack in my last video about saying that I couldn't afford or didn't want to pay for air shipping on my SF90 to come over here. It saves about a month on the transit time because it is $15,000. However, if I sell 2,000 of these shirts, that might pay for the shipping, and I will go ahead and ship it over. We'll get it a month early. So there you go. Drag Time shirts, link down in the description. All right, so I came across a video from the Draggy Acceleration channel on YouTube of a Rimac Concept 2 doing a quarter-mile test. And after asking permission to post it, I thought I'd do a short video on this incredible feat of what promises to be the world's quickest production car by far, knocking out my 765 LT by quite a bit, and even the upcoming Plaid and Plaid Plus later next year. Although I guess it kind of depends on when the actual production of the Rimac C Two starts. Rimac first showed us the Concept 2 over 2 years ago. This is the successor to the Concept 1, which only 7 of the 8 built are actually left. More on that in a little bit. So the Concept 2 makes an incredible 1,914 horsepower from its 4 electric motors. It's 2 in the front of the car, each with its own gearbox, or rather a differential because it's just 1 speed. It also has another 2 motors in the back, each with its own 2-speed transmission. Allows for a top speed of over 250 miles an hour. That is just incredible. Rimac torque vectoring replaces traditional traction control and stability management systems. This setup can apply power in precise amounts to each of the 4 wheels, and this allows the car to behave like a driftable sports car 1 minute or offer all-wheel drive traction on the next. With 1,900 plus horsepower on tap, 2,300 Newton meters of instant torque, Rimac claims a 0 to 60 time of just 1.85 seconds, and on their website shows a quarter-mile time of 9.1 seconds, which you're about to see is extremely conservative. Battery capacity is an impressive 120 kilowatt hours. It's got liquid cooling to keep the cells at optimum temperatures under full acceleration conditions. Rimac claims that the Concept 2 will be to complete 2 full laps around the Nürburgring with no discernible drop in performance. And this battery pack can be recharged with a fast charger to 80% capacity in just under 30 minutes and has over 400 miles of range. The C2 also features active aerodynamics, which adjusts to provide optimum cooling and downforce when required, and the active rear wing also functions as an air brake to help slow down the car. The C2 also has an integrated telemetry system with over 500 channels. The C2 uses a combination of 8 cameras, 2 LiDAR sensors, 6 radar emitters, and 12 ultrasonic sensors. And this allows advanced AI driving with level 4 autonomy, which we haven't seen from any car manufacturers yet on the street. With so many sensors and computers assessing everything in and around the car, one interesting feature that they'll have something called near gaming experience. Certain racetracks can be loaded onto the car, and the car with all its sensors can act as a driving coach. So it can offer advice on racing lines, braking, steering input to show the driver exactly what they're supposed to be doing around the track. It's also got a co-driver display, which will combine graphics and onboard data, allowing passengers to see what's going on, similar to what Ferrari and Porsche have been doing in their cars. In the back, there's also a special fire extinguisher in the car, which on the case has, in case of hill climb, extinguish fire, which of course, if you didn't know, is in reference to when Richard Hammond wrecked one of the original Concept 1 cars, causing it to burn to ground, which is why there's only 7 of 8 left. So as of right now, a total of 150 cars are planned to be produced, all of which are said to be already pre-sold, and pricing is around $2 million a piece. Production was actually supposed to start in 2020, and the latest update I could find was by the end of this year for the first customer cars. So now finally onto the Draggy video to show how extreme this car is, even on the street. Alright, so there you go, you saw it. Wow, that car is so ridiculously fast. At first I thought this was faked because the crazy fast 60 to 130 and 150 times, which are the 3.6 and 3.5 range, did not line up with an 8.9 at 154 mile an hour trap speed. So typically those kind of numbers would be a mid 8-second car at 160 miles an hour. However, after watching it more carefully, scroll back a little bit, you can actually see that he actually let off before the end of the quarter mile. So if he had kept going, that run on the street probably would have been around 8.7 at 160 plus miles an hour. And of course, that's with 2 people in the car, and the car was actually spinning quite a bit. The 0 to 60 time on the Dragy was 2.39 seconds without rollout, and with rollout that would probably be around 2.1, which is much slower than the 1.85 that Rimac is claiming as part of their performance stats. So with some good prep at the drag strip, hitting 0 to 60 at 1.85 or better, this car's probably going to run like 8.3 at over 165 miles an hour. So in comparison, the 765 LT, the modified one that I ran 8.7 at 158 miles an hour, was hitting 60 to 130 and 150 in about 3.9 seconds, with 0 to 60 coming at 1.79 seconds. So there you go. What do you think of this run on the street? 2 people in the car, spinning, still running 8s in the quarter mile. I think it's just phenomenal. I think this is where electric power is really going to start to take over, and we see some insane or ludicrous or plaid times. I mean, Lotus has a 2,000 horsepower electric car coming out as well. I think we're going to see some incredible times out of these all-wheel drive hyper electric cars. But of course, who's going to do it first? Will the Rimac actually come out this year before the Plaid Plus next year? What does Lucid have in the works as well? There's a lot of upcoming cars that are just going to be crazy, crazy fast in the acceleration department. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. It really helps the video and the channel. If you want to see what I got coming up next, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.